Yeah, before we start going over what happened last time.
I attack the
Before we
darkness.
start going over time.
Okay, it appears to be working.
Nice.
All right. Well, you guys, welcome back to Elder Scrolls. Are we on episode 12?
12.
Wow,
Nice.
that's pretty cool. A whole
Yeah,
dozen.
hot damn.
Yeah, that's like a season.
I know, right? And so we've been gone for a while. What do you guys remember about what happened last time?
We investigated murders.
Yep, the Brazil butcher is still out and about, slobbering and you being gross.
You
Right.
found lots of jewel evidence.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's a drooling. Yep.
We were
Uh-huh.
trying to discern if there was like a commonality between the victims.
We're
Right.
supposed to go pay a visit to old lady Ladle to ask if she knew the other victims.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody else should talk to her because she totally thinks I probably killed her friend now.
You think she probably thinks you're like a suspect.
Yeah,
You
'cause I
guys
get no
also
bloody bill.
were also considering going to like the chapel and going to the place where they, like the Undercroft, the place where they do the arcade stuff, and looking at the bodies and talking to the priest or priestess of arcade that's there about what's going on. You guys also at one point you guys rolled excuse me. You guys rolled to see if you guys knew anything about Daedra that ate people, and you guys could not remember. So you guys could talk to the priestess of Arcay. There's a bookstore in town.
Oh, you're right. And then I think I've also talked to a Thieves Guild fella who wanted me to do a little bit of thieving.
Yes, you have taken a contract for the Thieves Guild from Dextros Loxley, and he
Right.
wants you to basically do this 2-part job for him, where he wants you to go and steal things from rich people, and then bring it to him, and he's going to give you money, and you're going to go and distribute the money to the more needy in town.
Mm-hmm.
And he's given you a little list of basically what he wants you to do. And he wants you to steal $500 gold worth of goods from the castle.
We're gonna make it work, fellas. We're gonna make it work.
But like not
Make
from
a-
the servant quarters or anything.
I can't do it off of spoons.
No. No, it's got to be from the rich folks.
All right.
You can't go to the servant quarters and steal everybody's shoes. It won't work.
Yeah, common shoes and common shirts and pillows.
No.
All right.
Oh, I found my notes.
I'll have to get it. I'll get around it some way. Maybe I might
Mhm.
take Miklo or.
Right. And when it comes to the victims,
Mhm.
you guys all saw, from what you guys had seen, they didn't seem any directly connected anyway, but they all seemed to be of good standing.
Mhm.
No one really had anything bad to say about them, but one of them you did find had a nasty little secret, which was that he was a
Thalmor and
Thalmor
a Mythic
sympathizer
Dawn.
and a former Mythic Dawn member. A Thalmor sympathizer and a former Mythic Dawn member. Yeah.
Just loser brigade after loser brigade.
Yeah, just
Apologize, but will you remind me why those are bad?
so the Altmeri Dominion are the Thalmor are the ones who are leading the High Elves, and the country that you guys are in is basically on the brink of war with that country.
Ah, okay.
The Somerset Isles. They have formed an alliance with Valenwood that some have said was like a political hostile takeover, and they've also formed an alliance with Elsewhere, which was then split into 2 republics because of what the High Elves like to do, which is they're trying to make everything like it was like a couple thousand years ago. And back then, Elsewhere was 2 countries, so they like split it back in half again. And people say that was like they manipulated Khajiit and like lied and told them that they're the ones who brought Moser and Secunda back, which are the moons that disappeared,
Mm-hmm.
and that just came back last year.
Wait,
There-
the moons just came back last year?
Last year.
The moons
Oh,
came
for some
back
reason I thought it
last
was a couple
year.
years. Oh man, Mikolo is super weirded out by moons.
Mm-hmm. Your mom always said that that's why you didn't have fur.
Yeah.
It's because the moon wasn't right.
It's just weird. You look up and there's a huge rock in the sky.
Yeah, and before there was just stars.
Yeah,
There's
I don't
actually
like it.
two. There's two.
Hmm.
Two huge rocks in the sky, and people
A
think
big
this
one
is
and a little
normal?
one. It's wild. It's wild.
Thalmor are also the people that you fight in Skyrim, those nasty elf people.
Yeah. They're the bad guy elves that you fight in Skyrim.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Because they go to war with the Empire. And like Skyrim is like post that war. We're pre that war right now. That war is in like 38 years.
Oh boy.
Yep.
And the Mythic Dawn are the guys led by a guy named Mandkar Cameron. His most important thing is that he did Oblivion.
Yeah, he's the
If you-
reason that the bad stuff happened in Oblivion.
Literally all of it.
And they
And
were
if you
like
don't remember
cults.
what that, and if you don't
I
remember
have
what
not
that
played
was,
Oblivion.
that was when a cult that decided that everybody needs to go to Oblivion and hell needs to be here, and we need to have a big guy named Mayrus Dagon come in and fucking explode the world. They're literally a fucking death cult.
Cameron is like, I think Satan should run things. And I'm not afraid to say it.
Wow.
And they get so far as to murder literally everyone except one royal member of the like Septim House line. And basically at the very end of the game, you fight Satan and that one guy who's voiced by Sean Beam. He fucking he transforms into a magical, beautiful fire dragon and kills Satan. And is now a giant statue just in the Imperial City.
That would be Martin Septim.
Yeah,
Yes,
and that's
it
why
would.
the Septim Dynasty doesn't run the Empire anymore, because they no longer exist. At least not
Yeah,
on
they're
this
all gone.
one. So now it's the Tiber dynasty.
No, Mead.
The Mede, you're right, it's the Medic dynasty, excuse me. It's
Tiber
That's
Septim was a little bit.
Tiber Septim's another thing. And then and that was his dynasty, was a long time ago. But we're not going to get into that because I could explain the entire lore of Elder Scrolls, and it would take me 1,000 years.
It's a whole thing.
But back to where we were. You guys had a couple leads to go on. You've got a side quest. And from what you've discovered of the Butcher so far, he seems to go after well-respected members of society, but from all walks of life. Like, there was literally like a poor person, a middle-of-the-road, like average lifestyle person, and then like a more well-to-do person.
Yep.
But all were well-liked.
And the was it the middle of the road one who was like he was trying to throw parties for people?
No, that was the one who was the Thalmor agent.
Got it.
Yeah, that was
The middle of the road one was a Red Guard sea captain who had retired, and you
Ah,
found
okay.
like his scimitar
Mm-hmm.
and like he had clothes that were like crusted in sea salt and stuff. Because this is actually like a harbor town.
Right. Oh, right. And we found the skeleton key there.
You guys found a fake skeleton key.
And Gus took a strange book leaking black fog. The Hermias Mora? Question mark?
More on that later.
Unrelated.
We're just
Oh,
not gonna
alright.
we're just not gonna unpack that right now. That was
Yep.
on the
That's-
that was on the trinket table.
That's the thing about black books, is that they just show up and you
They
have
do.
to deal with that.
Yeah.
It's like Meridia's orb.
We also got
A hand has touched the beacon. But yeah, so that's right about where we left off. We were in the inn up on the second floor. Everyone had gone to bed for the night after a long day of investigating
Mhm.
or brewing potions or whatever our little buddies were doing. Also, Quincy has a new token. Quincy has been updated.
Hey,
Oh, so nice looking.
look at that boy.
Such a
Nice
beautiful
earrings.
boy.
Does he
Right?
have hearts on his shirt? That's
He
great.
does, yes. He has purple hearts on his vest.
Aw.
You guys have been making money, and he bought some extra little upgrades.
No, that's wonderful.
That's good for him.
Yeah.
So, sleepy time?
Oh,
Yeah, the last.
yes.
Oh, I remember. The last thing we did was Gust learned his new spell, and then you guys went to bed.
Right. Yeah.
Ooh, Gus learned a new spell.
I learned a spell. My first spell.
Oh. Hell yeah.
Miko before bed is just gonna sit and appraise all the junk that I've lifted from these different houses.
Right.
Yeah,
You also
singing
got
bass
those,
fish.
I got a singing Sally Slaughterfish. I got a Draugr in a jar, a fake skeleton key, the biography in Baron Zaya Volume 1.
Nice.
Yeah, I got some good stuff.
Yeah.
These are quality tchotchkes.
Yep. An ebony bar with 3 stars on it. That was worth a lot, right?
That's worth
Or
a
we're
lot of
saving
money.
that for
But good luck. Good luck selling it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Can we use that to forge something really cool? If we find a
Absolutely.
talented smith?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's like one of the most sought after like smelting materials on all of
Sweet.
Tamriel.
Then I will not put that in the for sale pile.
Did you know that Daedric armor uses Emily armor as a base?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I have a note. The notes that I've discovered is that the murderer likes to hang out in closets, drool, and attack at night. It's
Yeah, he's
very
a
useful.
It's all true.
he's a lion weight type
Except for the one time he hid under a bed.
because he didn't have a
Oh,
closet.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I haven't had
Bef-
much.
Before we all go to bed, I tell everyone, remember, check under your beds.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's a good idea. And anything where something could lurk, under beds, under tables, in the wardrobe.
And you guys canvass your rooms. Everything's all clear.
I check under the bare rug.
You just find bare floor underneath.
Excellent. Nice.
There's bare floor under the bare rug.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's bare floor under the bare rug.
She picked up with her bare hands.
All right, and I rolled our nighttime roll for this period of sleeping last time. So you guys all go to bed. We have some uninterrupted sleepy time, unless anyone wants to get up in the middle of the night and do something for some reason. And then the sun rises. The birds are like all tweety tweet tweet. Who's our early risers? Who's getting up?
Probably. That's fair. A little bit after you, Cass would come out bleary-eyed. Just.
Big is probably up early.
Nords seem like early to rise types.
Gotta get the sunlight while you can.
Right. Don't get nearly as much as you do not so far north. All right, so you guys said, why are you crying?
Oh, no. He was bleary-eyed. He's just like, it's early.
I actually had to take the crying icon off of your icon from last game right before we started. I was like, why is he crying? You're always crying. But you guys get up and start to meet in the common little hallway that all your rooms share. And now it's time to make your guys' plans for the day. If you guys need any reminders of what clues you've already discovered, go ahead and let me know.
I look at you guys and I just go, what do you say we make some money while we're here?
Money?
Yeah. I took a job from from our friends over the Kishit. Basically all they want us to do. Oh, Mikalo.
Sorry, I'm awake too.
No, it's good.
Oh yeah.
You came just in time. I was explaining. I have a job.
Okay.
We need to steal 500 gold from the castle. Well,
Okay, but-
gold worth of items. It could be anything. Silver platter, silverware,
And what
gold
would you get
silverware.
Oh,
in
is that all?
exchange?
No, I know. What? Oh, exchange? Hmm. He didn't tell me the exact price. I assumed it would be some.
He did say he would pay you, and he also said that you guys would gain access to the Thieves Guild headquarters here
Oh,
if you
Hmm.
did the
yeah.
quest.
We get an in with the Thieves Guild. Plus, we could always go in there and actually, like, pose like we're here to tell him about the killer. And also just tell him about the killer while we're there. We could do
True.
porque no los dos. That's what Cass is pitching. Cass is, I think it wouldn't be half bad. We could make a little money. Maybe we might get, what is it, deputized? Privatized? You know.
By the Thieves Guild?
Well, I was thinking about playing the Thieves Guild as well as the local nobility, kind of back to back.
Well, that works for me. If it works.
With you three and me, I have no doubt it would.
I don't know if I'm really down for the thieving.
Oh.
Well, don't worry, Sig. I won't have you actually do any of the thieving. You're here to look good and be nice and to talk to cops.
Maybe Sig could go to the chapel and check out the dead bodies if he doesn't want us to do.
Oh yes, that's right.
Certainly do that.
Not to railroad you guys or anything. I'm sorry.
No, good idea, God.
Alrighty. This one is
Akatosh,
also
is
not-
that you?
Yeah.
Oh,
This one is not great at most things involving skills. So other than talking, apparently. So where can Mikolo be of help? Do you want me to? Do you want this one to come with you?
Oh, Mikolo, you could go with Sigurd if you
Okay.
wish. Yeah.
Sigurd,
Sure.
split the team.
Not a bad idea.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I just go over to I go over to you, Gus, and I just go. I gotta lie. I thought they'd be more into the thieving.
Pick up everything you can get away with. This one will sell it for you later.
I'll admit I'm not crazy about the idea, but if it gets us closer to what we're looking for.
Exactly. Money buys us ways into places.
Though a question: if this
Yep.
goes wrong, is it bad to have the Thieves Guild against you? Like, do they talk to each other?
Well, I mean, thankfully the Thieves Guild has a strict no killing policy, at least in Cyrodiil. They're not the Dark Brotherhood, so you know how it is. But it still wouldn't be great if we were on their bad side. But I don't know. I'd have to fuck up Royal.
Alright, well, don't fuck up, as they say. Good luck.
Good luck, Mikolo.
Don't fuck up is my mantra.
You too, Sigurd. Good luck. Find what is in that crazy pit of dead people.
Will do.
all right. Decide which team goes first. I'm going to have Anne pick a number between 1 and 10.
Oh, 7.
Okay, so Cass and Gust are going to go first.
Right on.
All right.
And then we'll just go back and forth.
Are you in like plate mail?
Technically, I take my plate mail off.
I was gonna
Like,
say.
I don't have it equipped right now.
Actually, now that I think about it, is this the thing we should wait for nightfall? Maybe.
I'm not gonna lie, I was going to assume that it would be easier during the day. Feel at night, yes, they'd be asleep, but I mean, that's when they're on the lookout. In the day, it's right under their nose.
Yeah, all right. I'll follow your lead on this.
Okay. All right. So we're going to the map.
Mm-hmm.
So I was making. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
You guys head on over to the castle.
The important thing is going to be how do we get in? How do we look like we belong here today?
Right. As
What's
we
our front?
make our way in, I'll just go. Well, what do you think about leading with the truth? We're a traveling band of adventurers. We happen to get in town and hear about a killer. Feel like we have some info, and if they'd be so inclined, maybe they could pay us for our work, if we happen to find them, and could prove it with, proof.
Maybe one of us could distract them with conversation.
That is, hey, I'm pretty good at that.
All right.
And then, of course, you always have your sleight of hand.
Yeah. All right. Let's go in and see what we're dealing with.
All right. So as you guys approach the castle courtyard and head towards the door, there's a guard standing watch, and he says, "Halt! Please state your business."
Oh, hello, sir. Messrs. Indoril and Reeds. Bless you.
Take it.
Even the most brave of knights sneeze every once in a while. It's okay. It's understandable.
Bless you,
I
Merida.
won't tell anybody. Yes. But nonetheless, we were here to simply treat with the what is it? Not the king. What is he? The count? Count of Breville?
Yes, the Count of Breville.
Yes. We have some information about the and I kind of lean into him, and I just go the butcher rumors.
Well, if you want to talk about that, you would probably be better served to talk to the Count's steward.
Yes.
The
Happily.
Count's more involved in, and he kind of waves. He does a hand gesture. Diplomatic pursuits.
Oh, that's fair. I'm not going to lie. I have a little bit of information on that front as well.
Well, let's talk to the steward first. How does that sound?
Brilliant. Wonderful.
All right, so you guys head in to the castle.
She'll look back at you and give you, circly A-OK hands.
And I
Big
great.
wink.
thought that the plans
Big
might be a
wink.
little bit different, so people are here that aren't here. We'll just get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and put us a man right here. All right. And then there's the guard who escorted you. All right, so as you guys enter, you can see that this building is clearly older than the one in Leowin. So even though it's kind of slightly less richly appointed, it's still a lot nicer. Because it's made from more sturdy, old school materials. And it's the Leowin Castle, it's a little bit newer. They've been adding stuff onto it that's not as nice of build. You can see the seams and stuff. But here it's all one continuous, beautiful, old building.
Heck yeah.
And so you guys,
I look over at the guard. And I just go, steward. I point over at this guy.
He's yeah, that's him.
All right. Well, what's his name before I get over?
Greenthorn. Not Greenspore.
Greenthorn.
That's the name of that disease.
I've heard it. I've heard it's infested Falonesti.
It has. It's not good.
It's fucked up. I Turn
I
my
heard
attention
they're-
back.
Walk
I heard they're
away.
quarantining the royal castle to Falinesti, actually.
Oh, interesting. Good
That's
to
a
know.
little,
Thank you.
little rumor that I heard.
I heard that. Oh, yeah. Oh. Casros makes a mental note to tell fucking Quincy, and then he just goes, back to business. Oh, didn't mean to jump over you. Mr. Greenthorn. Sir Greenthorn.
Yes, how might I be helping you today?
Oh, yes. Me and my compatriot here happen to be adventurers. One of the things that we'd been made aware of on our entrance into town was that there's, and he kind of looks to the sides and then he leans in and he says, a rash of murders. Taking a particular, what do you call it, private detective kind of thing from it. My compatriot and I have garnered information in that particular case that I think you might need to be aware of.
You've been investigating the murders. Very well. And he like gestures you over, and he's like, come here and talk to me in this corner about it.
Wave over Gus. I'm like,
Sorry, I'm moving you guys over.
All right.
no.
All right, go on.
Just look over to Gus and I just go, well, through some talking, you fine gentlemen at the guards, we've been able to deduce that the killer hangs out beforehand. Like, they seem to break into the place of residence, stay for a while, get hyped up, hiding somewhere in the seams of a building. Then, once their victim has lowered their guard and returned home, once they go to sleep, they strike. We also found, troubling of all, spittle. A lot of it. So much so that we had wondered if some unruly Daedroth or spawn of oblivion might have been involved. Not only that, while we were on our investigation, who's that elf man's name?
The guy with the robes. Hang on.
Sedimus Blaines.
Yes.
Sedimus Blaines. That,
The
kind of
first victim.
pathetic. Yes, that high elf. We found he has old ties to the Mythic Dawn cult. And in addition, if that wasn't bad enough, you're familiar with what the High Elves are up to. We all are. I have reason to believe he was an agent of theirs. Just a tip for the future.
The Mythic Dawn and the Thelma.
I know, right?
I went to all his parties. Had no idea.
Seemed like a nice gent. But
You think you know a guy.
Like, he doesn't
Nice.
even speak High Altmeri. Like I didn't even think he was like that into being a high elf. You know what I mean?
it's always impressive. But
And also, he's been lying in wait. We had been working under the assumption that he was breaking in while they were at home.
mhm. So perhaps, far be it from me to tell you what to do, but as an adventurer, we'll be keeping an eye out as well. We've been not trying to cause a stir, so we haven't mentioned it to any of the other people. You know how it is.
Yes, I appreciate you not causing a panic. We're not used to solving these sort of murders. Usually it's pretty obvious, crime of passion, a drunken brawl, unsettled debts. This sort of thing is kind of out of the expertise of a lot of the officers here. And you guys say that you've already been investigating.
Hard to keep you can take the man out of the uniform, but you cannot take the uniform out of the man, if you know what I mean. I used to be a guard.
I could use your help, he says as he looks at you and shakes his finger like, I could use you. All right. I'm going to give you guys some authority to go around and ask people some things. Maybe I'll have you investigate the murder scenes. Look at the bodies.
Well, that would be wonderful. The bodies in the Temple of Arche, yes?
Yes. Here, let me... And he's like, wait a moment. And he goes and he gets a scribe and he comes back and he's like, write them a note. Write them a writ of investigation. Deputize them. Just you two?
Technically we have 2 more.
2 more.
Yes,
Make 4.
While this entire
so-
conversation is happening, is there anything loose on this guy?
Like in his pockets or anything?
Yeah, or
He got dangly earrings.
Yeah.
He got a chinky belt.
He do got dangly earrings. He's got like a nice little diadem. He looks like he's maybe got a little bit of money.
I would like to try and take advantage of his attention being not on me.
All right.
To see what I can grab off him.
All
I'm
right.
definitely over here, like trying to distract him even harder, just being like, yes, it's one done, man. Now you know how Morrowind is nowadays. Terrible smoke, bad for your lungs. Yes, and there's also a Nord, Nord, yes.
Yeah, and I was gonna tell you to roll with advantage.
Yeah.
So it's okay that's already procced. And for 20 tweet, oh my god.
For 20 tweet.
For
20
20
tweet.
you definitely get it.
20
Make
tweet
sure
and a
that
toid.
you- All right, well, me I do one Humwood.
All right.
All right, that's the end of the baby voice.
Dude, it was funny. I also asked. Whoa.
Dose.
2. Okay, let's see here.
I saw the double 0 and just about jumped out of my skin. I was like, "Is it happening?"
You pull out one of those little decorative silver spoons. The ones that are like have the little ceramic on the handle that are like for souvenirs.
Right.
And it says anvil.
Oh, okay.
It's worth 1 GP.
499 spoons to go.
It's funny because I'm looking at this treasure table I've got, and normally like 1, 2, 3, and then like 100, 99, 98 are like good stuff. And this one, the first 3 and like the last 3 are like not that good.
They want you to make an average roll.
Uh-huh.
And as we kind of like distract this guard and rob some things off of him, I also kind of add in there. Oh, but by the way, it's craziest thing. We haven't eaten yet today. Would it be all right if we can grab a quick nip? You don't have to stay with us. We really just point us to the kitchens. We'll grab some cheese and bread.
Very well. If you insist on going to the kitchen is here.
Nice.
And past the kitchen is the servants' quarters.
Is
So
the
if
bathroom
you-
Is the bathroom this one?
No. That's one of the noble wings. That's
Oh,
where
then
some of the members of the court live and sleep.
then this is the bathroom.
No. That's actually the Emperor's chambers.
I'm so silly. That is the bathroom, of course.
Now, if you go that way, you will find a bathroom. That's like that's
Oh.
where some of our tradesmen stay. That's where like the blacksmith on castle ground stays. That's where like the guys that take care of the horses stay, and that's also where we all have all of the bathrooms. Except for the ones in the private suites. But
Oh, too true. Thank you ever so much. Yes.
Bow
We'll
head.
go
Yep,
right. Yes.
Yep. Cheese word
kitchen.
bound.
and he's like, have a
Yep.
wonderful day, and then he walks off. He fucks off. All right, 1 second.
Whisper over to you. It's like, all right. See what might be up.
Yeah. As
Doubt
soon as,
people are going to be staying in their
as
rooms.
soon as we're like alone in the next room, Gus is just like, well, I got a spoon.
Holy shit! Already? I didn't even see that. I thought you were going in to stab him.
Kind of.
I don't know
guy
why.
just carries a spoon in his pocket.
I don't know. You know these softies. They like yogurt.
Yeah, he's always ready to eat.
I assume it's some sort of yogurt spoon, Clovian yogurt spoon.
It says it's from Anvil.
Oh, it's a Nibanaean. It's a Nibanaean spoon then.
All right, so I didn't make the kitchen
Because why would we go in there?
Yeah.
because I thought you guys would only go into the places with the rich people.
Well,
Oh, there isn't a door to the rich people place through here.
it's fine.
We
No,
really
this,
do
this
just.
is the door to the servants through here.
Ah, shit. There's not a back. We can maybe ask the servants if there's a back door from the servants' area
Okay.
into the other people's quarters.
It looks like there is a servant here.
We'll make a loop.
Yeah, you guys like to see like there's like a cook lady. She's like chopping stuff. She's in front of the stove. Oh, it wants them still on the shapes. That's a piece of environmental detail now. So she's in front of this like stove. And she's cooking stuff.
It's just kind of like, knock knock, excuse me.
Yeah, you.
Oh,
you
hello.
Yeah, you see if she's got a line on, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Where's the back door? In the meanwhile, I'm gonna be checking out this room to see if there just happens to be a good candelabra or something in here.
Platters are platters, no
Mhm.
matter how shiny. Look how distracting I am, ma'am.
You
Miss.
already see a limeware platter that catches your eye. Looks kind of nice. Looks like it might be from Morrowind. And Casseros, you come over to this maid, and she's like, "Oh, yes, my lord. How may I serve you?"
Oh, wonderful. Well, first I was wondering, is breakfast still going on?
We've got some bread left. It's still fresh.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, give me a bread and if you happen to have an egg, cook an egg.
I
Hey,
can
wait,
cook an egg.
cook-
Would you like an apple?
Could you cook 2 eggs? No apple. Wait, an apple for later, yes. What am I saying? Oh, right. Last night I couldn't, I was looking for a towel. There were none in the cabinet. Is there a way from the servants' wing into the higher quarters? Could I have perhaps taken a left and found one of you, and you could have showed me where a towel was?
I'm sorry. Could you ask that again?
Is there a door? Is there a door from your servants' quarters into the rich people's quarters?
Oh no.
It takes so long to walk around. I just thought there might be a quicker way. Wink, wink.
Oh. Well, I mean, I guess I could point you to the servants' staircase, but really, it doesn't do well for me to leave the kitchen right now. I'm very busy.
Oh, I work well with just verbal directions, actually. Loud verbal directions, actually, if you could. Morrowind is a bad place. It exploded, and I have a hard time hearing. So make sure to speak up.
Into my good ear.
Into my good ear.
While he's yelling at
Gladly.
while he's yelling at this person, I pocket that plate.
Nice. You pocket limeware platters worth 25 gold.
Nice.
Fucking get there, dude. Fucking get there.
All right. Are you trying to persuade her, intimidate her? Like, how are you trying to obtain this information? I thought you were gonna bribe her, but
I fully intended to like lie, like deceive her into pretending that I am definitely in the nobles' quarters and you didn't know about it. And you should show me the secret quarters because I mean, look at me. I'm like a minor noble. I'm not like a noble. You know me. I'm like one of you guys.
Here's a thought. Might be risky, but the guy that hired us to do this told us deliberately to stay away from the servants' quarters. So maybe they know him, and they know why we're here. If we name dropped him.
I think it'd be a good. I think you might be. Cass also just mentioned. Oh, and the steward had mentioned something about it, and that's why it had piqued my interest. DM, would you like me to roll anything for you? I could roll a persuasion, or alternatively, if you wanted me to make a deception, I would be more than happy to pull out a silver or two.
oh, okay, wait. So here's the thing.
Yes.
You can do what you were doing, which is lying to her and telling her you're a noble. One thing I will let you know is that servants do not want nobles in the servant stairs.
Yeah.
They don't want that.
Yeah.
So that will be harder than just being like, oh, I'm not a lord, or like paying her off because like she understands that. Or if you wanted to go Thieves Guild and mention that you're with the Thieves Guild, you could do that, like Gust was saying.
I'm definitely not crazy enough to let this lady know I'm in the Thieves Guild.
Right. Or you could, or you've got the deputized note from the steward too.
God damn it, you are right. Right as I hold the 15 silver, I hold the 15 silver and then I hand her the note that I just go, I don't mean to alarm you, ma'am, but I am actually an investigator.
Oh.
Would you be willing to turn the other way? And then I hand her the note with like the 15 coins inside of it.
Right this way, my lord. And she takes you through the servants' quarters, and she takes you up to this winding, narrow back staircase. And you guys climb up the staircase and into this area.
Monsieur Reeds. Perfect. Walk around and
make sure to thank the lady.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes. And we just go. All right, first doors first. You say that one?
Yeah, I think I assume this is a closed door.
Yes.
All right. I think I'll listen to the door first, just get an idea, make sure nobody's behind it.
You can hear a little bit of movement in there. I didn't do the fog of war on this area, so it's not too much of a surprise, but you can hear some noise in there.
Like people movement? Footsteps?
Roll my perception check.
That's 13.
You don't hear like straight up like 1, 2, 1, 2 footsteps or anything. You can hear like the crackling of a fireplace and like the sounds of like some soft things rustling.
I think I'm just gonna open the door very slowly.
All right, this one's not locked, and you open it, and you turn and you make eye contact with a little fluffy ball of kitty cat.
No, it's a cat.
It's a cat.
Good news. Only cats in here.
Mm-hmm. There's one like littler white fluffy cat, and then there's one big old fat orange cat, and they're like curled up at the fireplace.
Nice.
And there's like a little cushion on the floor for them. They've got like a little bowl. This is clearly like this person is like into their cats.
I'm gonna tiptoe on in here. Doo-doo-doo.
Right behind you.
Mm-hmm. You guys come in, and the fat cat is not moving from the fire, but like the lighter colored cat is kind of gets up and is like does that little cat stretch thing.
Yeah.
And it's like looking at you guys.
Mhm. All right.
I run over this chest and I just
Yep.
try and jiggle it.
It's locked.
Shit, tag off. You do that one.
Tradie places. Clink up.
Yes.
All right. I start working on this chest.
All right, roll me a slide hand check.
Oh, an 8's
Hell
not very
yeah.
good.
Yeah, it actually doesn't open.
Shit.
Oh, it sounds like there's sand in it.
It does sound a little pretty. And Casseros, you see a big tall armoire, and you open it, and it's full of like nice robes and things.
These robes look nice, but are they nice enough?
You look in there,
Yeah.
that's definitely nice enough, but like a robe is a pretty big object.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be hard to fit in a backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll take one robe.
Mm-hmm. Do you
Is
want to
this-
go through any pockets?
Oh shit! Yes, go through all the pocket.
Nice. You find one silver ring worth 10 GP.
I'll write it
You
down.
find a necklace of braided gold worth 5 GP.
Nice.
And you find a little statuette of Debella made out of amethyst.
Ooh.
It's like the size of like a D&D mini. It's like real little.
Nice.
And it's worth 5 GP. And those are the little trinkets that you find in the jackets.
Is this the kind of thing where I can keep trying to pick this lock, or is that a no-go?
I will let you pick it 3 times, but if
Okay.
you fail on the 3rd time,
The lock breaks.
the lock breaks.
Hmm.
Well, and then we'll need magic to open it, or we'll actually have to steal the entire fucking chest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna try it once more, and then we'll look for a key before we try the third one.
The cats make noises.
That is a 12.
12.
That the white cat starts meowing at you.
Shh.
Diegetic meows.
Shh.
Go pay.
They do that thing where they brush against your leg and then they try to get you to follow them somewhere.
Do-
They like walk forward a little bit, they turn back around, they're like, "Come on."
Just okay. I'm working on the lock, and I'm kind of in the middle. All right, fine. What?
And they lead you over to their empty food bowl, but it's not really empty. There's just like a little spot in the middle where they've eaten the food to the bottom, so now they think it's empty.
I just stir it so that there's food in the middle, and then I just leave it there. Like here.
It starts
do
to
it?
eat happily.
That do it for
That
you?
worked. That absolutely
Good.
worked. Yeah.
All right. Back to what I was doing. A 12 doesn't do it.
No, I'm gonna be honest. It's a DC 14.
Okay. Before I break this lock, I'm gonna start looking around for a key or something. I'll be like under the rug, under the chest, under the bed, behind the pillows, that kind of thing.
Roll me an investigation check. DC 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna help you with that.
I'm pretty good. Yeah, 21.
Nice. All right, you're like, fine, I'll look here. And you look under the cushion that the cats have in their little cat area, and you find the key underneath it.
Son
Yeah.
of a cat. All right. Grab key.
Oh. Smart lizard always knows where to check.
Nice. You take a click,
I
click, and you open it.
I should have guessed how much he treasured these cats.
All right, let's see. Inside, you find a you find a diamond, a small diamond that's already been cut. Looks like it's like waiting for them to find like the right ring for it.
Goodness.
And that is worth it's worth 10 GP. I thought it would be worth more than that. And you find a mirror that's silver glass, and then it's got little inset amethyst. And that's worth 10 GP. And let's see here. You find a book of prayers. And it looks pretty rare. It's worth 10 GP. And the rest of the stuff in there is like more miscellaneous stuff. It's like worth like 1 GP, stuff like that. So it's not really worth carrying because it's big.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
50. We have a tenth of it.
We're at 50
Let's go.
already?
Yeah, we're at 50 already.
I think we're doing better than that, actually.
Depending. I look over at Gus and I just go, depending on how much it is, we can always retreat for now and come back later after we've cleared this place out.
We're at 76 in total.
Oh, goodness, 76.
75 plus 1 spoon. What'd you find?
Where? Oh, I've found a silver ring, braided necklace, a statue of Debilla, made of amethyst, quite nice.
Did we check their thing?
Oh, you know what? Good point.
No. It's like a bookshelf with also a little bit of drawers at the bottom.
Can I check it? I could roll your investigation.
Yeah. Ooh, 20. Very nice.
I'm gonna.
All right, roll.
No, you go ahead.
All right, roll me a D100.
Okay. Yeah, and as you exit the door, I just go, yes, good.
Yeah, you do that. I'm gonna start doing some recon.
15.
15. All right. Oh, you find a little painting of a cow.
Oh.
It's made out of like gems, like the little cows made of gems.
It's bedazzled.
It's the bead art thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
rich people, and that one's worth 100 gold.
Nice.
Real good.
As we move on to our next one, do you want to switch over to the other team?
That's great thinking.
Yeah.
Great thinking.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about gold pieces this whole time.
Mm-hmm. All right, and so we move over back to the city.
Yeah.
Back to the city.
So, not long after Gust and Cass head out, you guys start to make your way through town. You guys part ways with Lem and Luna. Luna mentioned something about taking Lem hunting,
Nice.
and they go off.
This will be a good experience for him.
And you guys head over to the chapel.
Okay.
So what is our play here? Do we just ask to see the bodies?
I don't see any need for subterfuge. I think we can just
Tell them we're
state our case.
investigating? Okay. Oh, they're cool looking.
They're in the chapel. We're not going to go inside the chapel because, like, I don't have like a bunch of assets for dead bodies and stuff. So we're not going to like look at like a little diagram of a dead guy.
We have imaginations.
Yeah.
Ah.
So you guys come in. You know, there's light filtering in through the like stained glass windows of the chapel, and it gives this really serene vibe as you step into the chapel of Mara. There's like multiple different priests and priestesses like milling about. There's like worshipers, but there's not like an active like ceremony going on at the moment. And one of the most like friendly looking priestesses approaches you guys. She's like, "Greetings, I am so happy that Mother Mara could bring you to our chapel today. How may I help you?"
Well, we have the unfortunate business to be investigating the recent killings that have taken place, and we understand that you have the victims' remains here in the building, and we'd like to take a look at them if you'd allow us.
Yes.
"Oh, yes. It's been an awful thing. First they were saying it was bears, but it's clearly it's very demented, not bears. Come right this way." And she like takes you guys through, and she takes you down to like these little stairs, and you go down the stairs and you see like this little like living area, and she takes you down another set of stairs, and it starts to get darker and cooler as you go into this like stoned in basement area, this undercroft. And you can see along the edges like places where caskets have been put out in their little alcoves, and there's lots of different urns with candles and things, other offerings left out with them. And then she brings you guys even farther back into the darkest, deepest recesses of this crypt, into like this side room that's clearly for like preparing bodies to be like interred or cremated, whatever their funeral services are. And she's got 3 bodies that are out on these big stone slabs that are nice and cold. They like keep the bodies preserved with ice magic, and they all have like little white sheets on top of them. And she's like, "Well, here they are." And she like places a gentle hand onto each one, and she's like, "No, this was Aggie, and this was the one who liked parties, and this was our captain."
We will take care not to disturb them much.
Mm-hmm. So, do you guys want to start with the first body?
Sure.
Might as well.
All right. So, you go, and the priestess, she like kind of starts to look a little uncomfortable, and she like steps out, and you go and you like remove the sheet, and you're looking at a high elf gentleman, but honestly, he almost looks like a wood elf because all the color has drained from his face from being dead. And roll me an investigation check as you look over his body. And you can have whoever wants to roll, whoever has the higher investigation, and then the other one can offer support.
Oh, please roll better than me. You got this. Oh, yep. Yes.
Nope.
It's definitely a body.
Okay, well, you look at the body, and there's a few things that anyone could see. Unfortunately for Sigurd, like the smoke from the torches is kind of getting in his eyes,
Oh, that's the
and
worst.
he's kind of like rubbing them. So he, for a moment, is blinded. But Anne, you can see that there is a large hole in this man's chest around the area where his heart would be. And you can also see that he has a symbol carved onto the inside of his forearm.
This is the sailor or
This is
Severus Blanes?
This is Sigmus Blanes, the high elf.
All right. Hole in chest. And sorry, what was the second part?
He has a symbol carved onto the inside of his right wrist, like right forearm, wrist area.
Does it look like it's a magical symbol or religious?
It definitely looks like some kind of symbol. Roll me a history check or a religion check.
And I also roll on it now that they have pointed it out to me.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Like,
You now
it's
that you've rubbed the smoke out of your eyes, like you little hanky, you wipe the tears from your eyes,
Yep.
and you're like, "Oh yeah, there's a huge fucking hole in his chest." Oh, and yeah, let me
Yeah.
look at this thing on his arm too that you pointed out.
And you want a history check?
Yeah, history or religion, whichever you prefer.
Same negative one either way.
Yeah, okay.
That's not bad.
Been there.
Nice. So, upon looking at it, and you're the first to point out, you're like, "Oh, this is definitely a Daedric symbol." I've seen like lists of Daedric symbols in like history books, like talking about cults and things like that.
Mhm.
And Keith looks at it and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's definitely Daedric, not Adric. I can tell that just by looking at it." But you
Can
guys
I-
aren't. Oh, you go ahead.
Sorry. Can I just like take out a little notepad and just sketch it
Yeah, it's
to
just,
show to our friends later?
yeah. You sketch it. You got like a pretty clear representation of the symbol. It's not too complicated.
Okay.
And also, upon the last thing you note about our friend is that you don't see any obvious signs of struggle.
Hmm.
Like he's not all bruised up. Like he's just like heart gone, thing on wrist.
Perhaps he
Oh,
was
and then
so drunk he didn't wake up while his heart was getting ripped out.
oh, and also he's been partially eaten because they all have.
Oh yeah.
Like the fatty parts of his thighs have parts that have like been bit. Like you can see like
Partially eaten.
mm-hmm.
Got it. Miko's just attempting to look like nod yes, like yes, I've seen this before. Quite.
I'm an
Definitely
investigator.
know what I'm doing here.
Can I make a nature check to ascertain the nature of the bite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like to see if it's like an animal or a mer or man or
Yeah, we got fangs or like shark teeth.
Right. So you look at it and it's clearly a humanoid bite. It's got the like characteristic 2 half moon shapes that make a circle. Like clearly this is from like a humanoid. And looking at it more closely, you're pretty sure it's not an elf. Elves typically have like slightly more pointed incisors. And this kind of looks like the teeth look very flat. So you're pretty sure it's man and not mer, but it can be hard to tell, especially when you get into like Britons that are part mer, or like, different variations of Khajiit and things like that.
it's some definite minutia.
Yeah, but you're fairly confident that this is like mer, a mer bite.
Okay.
This is good.
I mean, man, not mer. Excuse me, man, not mer bite.
Definitely looks like it was a man what took a chunk out of them.
Let's investigate the others and see if there's anything in common.
Mm-hmm. So you go on to the second body. This is the one that was our High Rock, our Red Guard ship's captain. And you pull the blanket off and you look at him, you're like, oh, he's not quite as old as I thought he would be for a retired ship captain. Like, there's gray in his hair, but he's not like an old man.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks fairly fit, and you're like, wow, it's pretty crazy that he was killed. He looks like he's not in the prime of his life, like 45, 50 maybe, but not like feeble. The other two were kind of old. For high elves, it's kind of hard to tell, but he was like not a young high elf, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And you look him over, and he's got a lot more obvious defensive wounds. He's got, probably should have made you roll an investigation check. Why don't you guys roll me an investigation check?
Oh, there you go. Investigation.
Well,
Look here, see, there's like scratches and stuff.
Right. You're like, oh, scratches on his hands. He put his hands up. That makes sense to me. And then you look, he's got a lot of damage to his back. And that's when you remember that he was running for a weapon when he was killed. Like, oh yeah, I
Right.
remember that from the crime scene. And you also find that same symbol carved onto him, but it's clearly done like with a struggle. Like he was like clearly alive and fighting as the person was carving into him. The lines are a lot more jagged.
Ugh.
There's parts where they don't meet perfectly, and they make the 2 little X's at the end where the lines intersect.
okay.
Carved while alive.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
And he is slightly more eaten than the other guy. Like more of his body has been bitten away at. The
Does
first
it
one,
look like it has the same bite marks as the previous body?
yeah, it does. It looks very similar.
Does he have his
It-
heart?
No,
Oh, also heart missing.
heart also missing.
Interesting.
And he, as you're looking at his defensive wounds, you can see skin underneath his fingernails.
Yeah. Ooh. I mean, yeah, but also, I've read about this in books. This is how you track people down, right?
Like, oh, evidence.
Yes. I don't actually know how to track people down in fantasy magic world using
Right.
skin under the fingernails.
Roll me a nature check as you inspect the skin that's gathered beneath his nails.
I know this.
Very
I
nice.
may have had to do this before.
So, so you take his hand and you get the probe of a lockpick, and you very
Oh.
carefully remove the matter from underneath his nails with a lockpick, and you put it on a small piece of white paper,
Mhm.
and you inspect it very closely, and you're like, okay, so there's definitely there's blood, obviously. You're like, okay, he looks like light complected.
Okay.
Like, this isn't a dark elf, and it's
Fair
probably
enough.
not a red guard either. And it's hard to tell because the flesh is mixed in with blood, but it would obviously be like a grayish purpley color, or if it was a dark elf, or like a brown color if it was a red guard.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, that helps narrow it down some. We think it's probably a human, and probably fair skinned, or at least not dark skinned.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's all you can ascertain from the second body.
Alright.
Moving on.
Take a look at old Aggie.
All right, and you take the sheet off of Aggie, and this one you anticipated being harder because you know Aggie, and it definitely, well, you don't know Aggie, but you've come to know her after her death.
Her story. We're very invested in her.
Yeah, and it is hard because she's probably in the worst shape of them all. Roll me an investigation check.
Investigation. Hey. Hey, there you go.
Miko, it's a lot harder for you because you really felt a kinship to Aggie, so you actually have a hard time even looking.
Mm-hmm.
But Sigurd can see that her body has been extensively damaged. Her forearms are very torn up, like big bite marks taken off her forearms where she was fighting back. Her hands are her knuckles are red, and like the skin is split from her punching. She's clearly fighting back very hard. Her knees are skinned. Like there's little bits of like splinters of wood in her extremities from the broken desk. She's very damaged. You do find the symbol carved on her. It's not nearly as jagged as the other symbol, and it's on like a particular like large spot of undamaged flesh where it looks like this was done post-mortem.
Okay.
The heart is also missing.
Post-mortem.
And as you're inspecting the wounds on her hands from her fighting back, you look and see that she's got hair tangled up in her fingers.
Oh. Can we come
Yeah,
up
let's
with
take a
color
look
of
at
the
that hair.
Also, what
Yeah.
color is the hair?
You can roll me like a nature check.
Nature.
Nice. The hair is brown.
Okay.
And
Narrows it down.
And it's smooth. And it's got a slight curl to it.
Smooth. Slightly wavy, curly.
Yes, a slight curl. It's hard to tell because it's been wrapped up in her fingers.
Yeah.
But there's at least a slight curl.
Okay. And fingernails. Oh, we're getting a pretty good profile just from them fighting back. I see. Sorry, Aggie. You put up a good fight, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, it was like, hey, they died for that evidence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We will make sure your murders does not go unanswered. Well, what do you think, Sigurd? Is there anything else to do here? Or should we report back?
I think we got all that we could get out of these Unless let either of us figure out a way to talk to the dead.
If only we could just ask them, right?
Hmm.
Hey, who killed you? What do they look like?
That would simplify things.
It'd be great if only such magic existed. All right, back to the hotel.
All right, very nice. So, the sister, she guides you back.
Oh, yes, thank you, sister.
I have her name somewhere. Let me see. Sister in Light. Her name is Sister in Light.
Sister Inlight? Okay.
Yeah, because she's an Argonian. Sister in Light with like hyphens in between. All right, so she bids you all adieu, and she's like, thank you for helping them.
We'll do our best.
And then you guys head on back, and we can head back over to our thieving boys.
Mondu.
Checking corners.
They're probably having a lot of trouble. Probably so difficult over there dealing with dead bodies. Probably gross.
Yeah, they'll have a much easier time when we show up with these official papers.
Oh yes.
Right.
They'll be fine.
Anyway, yeah. Anybody napping?
Yeah, you head into this area, and it's like clearly like a little side area for a servant.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot more shabby. There's like a single chest that's a lot smaller, not as nice. There's like a wardrobe that's all rattly. The bed looks okay though.
It's not our mark.
And you come to this door, and it's locked.
Keeping an eye out.
Well, yeah. Keep rotating.
I put a hand on your shoulder, and I just go, "You can do it."
15.
All right, yeah, that'll do it. Click, and you're in.
Peek in the door.
That's my Argonian.
Peek.
All right, and after that microaggression,
Jeez. Hey, I'm also okay.
I'm also a minority. It's okay for me to say it.
I didn't even say the big one.
All right, so you guys head in, and this room is also very well appointed. This person seems like they might have been a little bit more of an intellectual. You guys can see like a chessboard and a crystal ball and some
Oh.
alchemical
Oh,
things.
Okay.
Oh,
Little gold trinkets, a mysterious orb. This room has a chandelier.
I feel like everything just scrape the top of get that crystal ball, maybe the chess set if it's made out of
Mhm.
good marble or something. That's probably
right, I
enough
was
to
about to.
top off our quota, but that ain't gonna keep
Mhm.
me from checking out this chest.
All right, well, the ebony and ivory chess set
Oh.
is worth 10 gold.
Okay.
Sick.
Then you have a crystal ball that's worth 1 gold. You have a gold amulet,
Oh.
which is worth 15 gold. And then there's a decorative glass orb that's got like all like swirly in there of different colors of glass and stuff. And that's worth like 5 gold.
I feel like I could still hear that cat. It was so cute. He's just a baby.
Gosh, it followed
Just a
us.
little kitty.
It followed us
Just a
here.
little kitty. Little baby.
Does it also have the key to this chest?
We should have checked their collars. I go over here to this thing and I just like scoot it across so it's in the center and I can easily get at this candelabra.
The chandelier.
Hey, oh
This-
yes, the chandelier.
Nice little crystals hanging off of there.
Gus, do you think if I perhaps put the robe on over me, I could pretend it was a ball gown? You think they'd buy it?
Like a crinoline.
like a
You think they'd buy
like a petticoat.
Yes, like it would be inappropriate to look up my dress, so you wouldn't look to see that there was a full chandelier under there.
Honestly, if there was anyone in this town that could sell that particular scheme, I think it would be you.
My man. I look at this. I look at the chandelier. What's the probability of me wearing this out like a dress?
It's unfortunately too big in circumference.
Son of a bitch.
Maybe but the thing is, it's made of like circles. Like one circle is small, and then another circle is medium size, and there's a big circle. If you didn't use the biggest circle, if you could find a way to disconnect the chains, you could use part of this as a chandelier crinoline under a robe.
No. I don't need to get rid of the largest one. I simply need bosoms big enough that no one will notice. Mark this room for later. We come back.
Yeah, with a really good disguise kit.
A good disguise kit.
We need a
All right, now
big,
the chest.
We need a big gown, and a couple of these pillows probably will do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Chest locked, yes?
Yes.
Okay, I'll try it a couple of times. That's a 19.
Oh, yes it does.
Oh.
All right,
And you unlock it.
what do we got?
Let's see here. We have... You find a crown. It's gold and it has little rubies inset in it. 150 GP.
Okay.
Let's fucking go.
And you find a small wooden lockbox. And you rattle it and you can hear things shaking around in there.
We just take the whole lockbox. Don't even open it.
Yeah, just pocket that
Nice.
for now.
We won't know how much is in there until we get a lead, but it'll be fine. Well, goodness gracious, I think that was around like 300 gold.
I think we're killing it right now.
Yes.
And you find a pair of diamond earrings, 10 gold each. And a couple bars of gold flake sealing wax. Kind of nice. Those are only worth 2 GP a bar, but they're nice.
Damn.
How many,
Forged documents with this shit.
how many bars?
5.
Okay, so 5 times 2.
You know, like they're like the size of like a fat crayon. They're in like a little bag.
Yeah. All right. I think we're done here,
And
friend.
that's all the good stuff in there.
Mm-hmm.
Dooka.
I look longingly back at it, and I just go,
It's such a beautiful chandelier.
Tomorrow's another day, friend.
yes.
Check the corners. Slice the pie.
All clear. And you guys head back through the kitchen. And I know you guys came in through the servants' quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we would go back through the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. If you wanted to go back the way you came, you would go back through the kitchen.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys head on through the kitchen and back into the main area.
Oh, wonderful! My egg is ready, and I take it with some bread and I fold it in half.
Yeah, she gives you guys some little egg sammies with bread
Nice.
and an apple to go.
Take an utter slice of cheese off the table, and I just put it in.
Yeah, you gave her a bunch of silver. She doesn't care.
Yeah, we're good.
That's the one thing that Cyrodiilons have right. It's cheese.
No arguments there. Let's just nonchalantly let ourselves out. Guardsman.
Sir, have a nice day.
Goodbye.
Thanks for your help with the butcher.
Shh, don't talk about that. Oh, no, wait, that's standard guard dialogue. They just shout out the shit. I know you're in the Thieves Guild.
Hail
Fucking-
Sithis.
Oh, hey, man.
The guard just whisper Hail Sithis to me?
Some raw shit to say to a motherfucker. What if you're wrong?
You have the hands of a healer.
God. Not when I choke you with them.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's return. Let's see what they found.
Job well done, and we have cheese to show for it.
Hell yeah. All right, and our crew reunites at the inn.
Hell yeah.
Meow meow.
The mad god smiles. Blessed me with cheese.
Oh,
And our packs jingle.
No, no, still not hunting. Okay.
Oh, yes. And a thick wallet.
Miko's ears perk up at the sound of jingling.
Well, it's not
The smell of
necessarily.
cheese.
It's actually
Yes,
not
yes.
necessarily for us.
Yeah, unfortunately, this jingling isn't to benefit you guys yet.
It's
No,
good
no.
practice.
We have to fence it first. Exactly, Miklo. Not only is it wonderful practice, but it's also, redistribution. It's, they had too much to begin with. Now he can spend more time with his cats.
Yeah, we're going to turn it all into good karma.
We have also acquired precious treasures in the form of information.
Oh, good, good. Oh, by the way, here's a little deputy badge. I took the liberty to draw a star on it.
Oh. Very nice.
Yes.
This one feels fancy.
Just pass those out.
Mm-hmm.
I guess probably we should not relay our findings just out in the open
No.
in the inn.
I look over at the bartender and I just, hey, we'll just be quiet.
Innkeeper.
Innkeeper. I'm just like, he probably already knows. He probably already knows there's Bravil butchers running around.
Oh, this is the innkeeper doesn't speak, right?
Yeah, she's mute, so I mean, she's not going to tell anybody.
I mean, she could use sign language. She could
That's
probably write
true.
down a
That's
bunch
true.
of shady people were talking about bodies right here in my inn.
Fair. Let's go upstairs.
Nice. You guys
And
head on up
stealing
to
stuff.
Upstairs.
the inn bedrooms.
Oh, man.
All right. Luna
Also, we
and Lem
must give
are not
Speedball
here.
pets.
They're hunting. Because Luna's teaching Lem how to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
My juice box is empty.
nice. After a hard day investigating, you guys are all back at the inn.
Okay. Let's see, should we relay what we found?
Yes. What did you find? We were able to talk to the count, and he was able to give us deputizations, but he didn't have any leads for us, really.
Ah. Well, that's still cool. We discovered strange marks carved into each of the bodies. I pull out the paper with the symbol on it. Do you recognize this?
Is it a letter of the Daedric alphabet?
It is. Roll me a religion check. It is Daedric. It's definitely a Daedric symbol, a Daedric writing.
Mhm.
It looks familiar, but you don't know what it is off the top of your head.
18.
You recognize that. That is a symbol of Namira.
Namira.
Amira. Oh.
The Daedric god, the Daedric prince of disgust and revilement, and the unnoticed and the lesser. Also, the prince of cannibalism.
Oh,
I relate
that tracks.
all of this to you guys.
So he's the Lord of Gross.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's a female prince, typically depicted as female prince. And
Mm-hmm.
she's known as the Scuttling Void.
The Scuttling Void.
What was the name again?
Namira.
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 Okay.
Yes, she's one of the Erdra. They're quite old.
Well, that
The-
tracks. We found a lot of bite marks on those bodies. Teeth. Like, they got chewed upon. Real good.
Definitely by a man.
Not more. Interesting.
And we think we have some clues as to what this person might look like, and that they appear to be of fair skin tone and brown hair with a slight curl to it. Maybe
Oh.
not fair, just not like Red Guard or Night Elf.
Fair. Well, there's at the very least that rules out a few different people here.
Also,
For
they were all
instance, the
missing their
bartender.
hearts. Oh yes.
Oh, they were all missing their heart. Extra gross.
Yep. It was pretty weird.
Well, it's pretty common for Daedric sacrifices to use hearts.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Numera worshippers especially like to remove the heart.
Yeah.
They're super tight. Numera is super tight with the Reachmen, and the Reachmen have a very popular ritual where they remove the hearts of bodies to reanimate them. And there's also a heart sacrificing ritual to Numera besides that one. So there's multiple instances of Numera losing a heart.
Wow.
They're taking people's heart, which Kassaros knows from his 18 religion check.
It's good, yes.
So we should
You've
try
got some serious fucked up guys.
Yep.
but it's good data. Maybe we can find maybe there's a center of worship for Numera around here.
Has anybody in town stood out? There's a lot of people we passed. Never mind.
As a
Too broad
cannibal?
still. It just stood
Especially
out at
as-
all.
Especially as some kind of disgusting person.
Yeah. Being a weirdo.
Not really.
No.
Yeah, if only we could find a disgusting, fair-skinned, brown-haired person here in Braville.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fair. They could be a skooma addict, and we just have not met them. You know, there's one guy, he was Imperial. All he did was do skooma and have his shirt off, and crunches. I heard he was a friend of the Nerevarine. Fucked up, man. He's an old man face, but on the body, fucking tight.
I'm sorry. I love that. All of the
Like Kaios days.
all the man ever did was crunches and
Moon sugar.
moon sugar.
And moon sugar, that's all he ever did. Loves it.
Sigma behavior. Absolute Sigma.
Yeah. But I never got all the way over to Sedanine and Balmora. I wasn't traditionally over there. I was more over in Vivek City.
Mm.
Look over at you all, and I just go, apropos of nothing, God, I hate the cantons. It was so difficult to traverse. I didn't know levitation.
They're so big.
That's so big. As we dish more of our info and stuff, I just go, oh yes, by the way, Operation. Oh darn it, I forgot their name.
Operation
It was so-
Jangly Pockets was a success.
Yes, just
The
reminded
Thieves
me.
Guild
Of,
guy, the Thieves Guild guy is Dextrose Loxley.
Right.
But
Did I write that down?
funny reference, but I was going to say it was just like, no, there was some merry men, and I forget their name. It's on the tip of my tongue. It does bring up. I do remember when we are much akin to the Balmoragmer. The Balmor Agmer are dark elf thieves. They have a reputation from stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. I hear the Nerevarine did that for a while. He didn't have a lot of rep. Nonetheless, as we kind of like seriously, Cass definitely just mentions how much money that we made, and then it's just like BT dubs. We're gonna go back probably maybe tomorrow, maybe at night. We'll see what might be there.
Steal some more.
Steal some more.
I mean,
Really hard to get in to the Emperor's chambers. Well, they're the Count's chambers. It's difficult.
You really, really want that chandelier, don't you?
I mean, all I need is two eggplants that are rounder than they normally should be. Or on the alternative, melons that we could paint purple. I think I could make a convincing. What's that lady's name? Meridia? No, Debella? No. Who's that famous dark elf lady?
Baron Zaya?
Baron Zaya.
Also, it is 9:30.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just
Why?
getting ready to say
Yeah.
that we are going to be wrapping it up for the night as you guys like share info on what's going on and how you guys have progressed in the things that you're doing. We'll just kind of zoom out from the window of the inn where you guys are all huddled together talking.
Hell
and
yeah.
we'll go through the winding dark streets of Breville till we see till the camera moves up from the streets up into the tops of the roofs, and we can see the moon starting to rise over Breville's wall, and a figure puts a hood over their head and runs into the darkness.
Oh.
And we
And wipes their mouth.
wipes the spittle off their mouth.
The drool.
Hell yeah.
Neat. Good shit.
Very good.
Playing.
I have a question that is probably a no. But can you locate object on drool?
No.
Like if you have a sample of the drool? No, okay. I mean,
That would probably be like a locate person, and then I would say yes.
yeah.
Even though I'm not the guy.
How would the forensic science work using spells?
I would definitely think find person, because then you have a literal piece of their body.
Yeah,
makes
that
sense.
maybe find person.
Or like with the skin.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, especially with the skin. If it works for hair, it definitely works for skin. And if there's blood in it, all the better.
Mhm.
That's
Like-
also because they're not an object, they're a person, so that makes perfect sense.
Mhm.
All right, let's
Yeah.
say goodnight so I can turn this off.
Good night.
Good night.
Internet!
Good night.